cars.
Start over.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. We're going to talk about the first time that the Sabbath was discovered. It's going to be really important in us as being Adventists. Back then they didn't have cars. They had horses to carry them. And this particular church had a pastor, and his name was Pastor Wheeler. And guess what day they went to church on? Can you guess what day they went to church on? They went to church on the first day of the week. Do you know what the first day of the week is? That's called Sunday. A lot of people still go to church on Sunday. And he was a very godly man. He was a really, really good man. But do you know what? He had a very special visitor that was going to come to see him today. See, the town had a school, and they had a teacher by the name of Delight. How would you like to have a name like Delight? That was her name. But her mother's name was Rachel. And Rachel was visiting Delight, and she came to this church to see Pastor Wheeler. Now, why did she come on Sunday? This was a very strange day because Miss Delight, she went to church on the Bible Sabbath. But you know, there was nobody in this area that was keeping the Sabbath. And she wanted some companionship with her friends and with other people who love Jesus. So she says, I'm going to go to church with my daughter, and I'm going to go on Sunday. I'm going to meet some people in this area. So Pastor Wheeler, he was speaking on this Sabbath. Guess what he was speaking about? He was speaking about the Bible. And do you know what he was speaking about that was in the Bible? He was speaking about God's holy 10 commandments. And do you know what he said? He said, everybody that loves Jesus should keep all of God's commandments. Oh no, Mrs. Wheeler, she just about stood, and then she sat back down, but not until Pastor Wheeler noticed what she did. And so Pastor Wheeler was out visiting all of his church members the next week, and he stopped in to see Miss Delight and Miss Rachel, who had come, and remember, she stood up when he made that statement. And do you know what Pastor Wheeler said? I saw you stand up when you were at church. What did you mean to say? And she was very, very brave, and she said, you know what, Pastor? You said that all people that love Jesus should keep all of his commandments, but you aren't keeping all of his commandments because the seventh day, can you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The seventh day belongs to Jesus, and that's his holy day, and that's what it says in the Bible, in the 10 Commandments. And he said, I'll have to study that out, Miss Rachel. And do you know what he did? He went back. Do you know this church was called an Adventist church because they were looking for Jesus to come? But you know what happened? He went back and studied it, and sure enough, this lady had taught her pastor that the seventh day was the Sabbath. And do you know what she started keeping? He started keeping the Sabbath. And do you know what? He actually became the first Seventh-day Adventist because he was an Adventist, and now he had learned about the seventh day. Is that wonderful? It's a wonderful story. I bet you didn't know that Pastor Wheeler became the first Seventh-day Adventist, and I bet he taught Miss Wheeler about being an Adventist and looking for Jesus coming, because that's what Adventist means. Is that a good story? Yeah, now you know who is the first Seventh-day Adventist. Is that a good story? Can you stand